What's up, Gemini? I'm Chris. Welcome to your May Taroscope. All right, Gemini. So I missed us in April, so we're gonna catch up a little bit and see what energies we're coming into the month, and then see what we got going on for us for the rest of the month. Before we get into that, guys, I have a brand new website that's just been launched with the most exciting new private bookings schedule, where you can actually go ahead and choose a date and a time for your readings, and it's delivered within 48 hours of that time. Makes my life a lot more manageable, lets you guys know exactly when you can expect your readings, fixes a lot of problems in that department, so go ahead and check that out. Also, your donations keep this channel running. You can find that in the link below as well as on my website. All right, so Gemini, the energy is feeling chaotic. But you know what I feel as I think about our energies this month? I'm feeling like this chaos that kind of like where things fall apart and reassemble themselves. Almost like a recalibration of energy, a renewal of energy. I think a message here that I got as I was meditating on our sign is to feel secure this month. For some of us, there's going to be a lot of life upsets, a lot of changes that come our way, right? Stuff that we're dealing with right now. And I think like what the universe wants you to know, what spirit wants us to know, is that everything is going to turn out the way it's supposed to be. Everything is going to work itself out in the way it's meant to work out. Look, we have here Gemini as the central situation for May. We have the sun. Staying optimistic, right? Keeping your head up. I think that this brings a promise of better things to come. No matter what kind of place you're in right now, if you're struggling, if you're not struggling, you just want to, hustle harder or do whatever. The sun here is saying that there's a lot of energy behind us. And this is what I meant when I was saying before about trusting and knowing that where we end up is going to be in the right place. There's this sort of sense of like divine guidance, right? Where we have Saturn going retrograde now, right? We have Mercury in Aries. We have all this fiery energy and all this kind of frustrated, chaotic energy. And Geminis, we can kind of usually live in chaos a little bit more than at least other signs can, right? Chaos is fun. But reassurance here, Gemini, that success is on its way. Big success, financial success, big money moves, money moves, Gemini. We want to have a sense of lightness. We want to have a sense of knowing that this too shall pass, right? Knowing that wherever we are right now is temporary. Having this sort of abundance mindset, right? If things are leaving your life, if you have to make changes, job, home, career, relationships, it's all like part of this big tide. It's a cycle. A cycle is not ending, but it's some things are coming to a head right now. Some things that have maybe been in the works for a while, some things that you can say almost karma is coming for us in a way right now, but in a way that is good, right? Again, that Saturn retrograde energy recalibrates us. In our ideals, Gemini, we're almost at the full moon here, and what we want is just this completion. We want this time to have passed. We want to finally come into this place where, we're told all the time about how smart we are and how successful we are and how lucky we are, but maybe it's been a little hard to feel that way lately. Maybe we're not 100% confident of where things are going, and we kind of just want things to be over with. We want to get to the next part of our journey. But I think, Gemini, here, the journey is what we need to focus on this month. What we're learning about ourselves in this process, what we're getting in touch with, right? With the sun, we're talking about the ego. We're talking about the highest self. Well, not the highest self, but almost like the purest self, right? The individual, who you are. And we're getting an exercise in standing in the trust and faith in the trust. We're standing in the faith, standing in our truth about who we are. And maybe now more than ever before, Gemini, recognizing what our strengths are, recognizing what our talents are, recognizing how to be like ourselves in the most badass way possible. Geminis, we have a lot of pizzazz, we have a lot of style, we have a lot of energy, but sometimes we're not too polished, let's say. And I think what's happening now is a polishing, right? What's happening now is we're learning how to be more graceful with our words. We're learning how to be ourselves in a way that is maybe effective rather than abrasive. To speak our truth in those ways, right? So Gemini, so far what we have to say here is there's a big light at the end of the tunnel at the end of May. May itself is going to be a journey. May itself is going to be a time of exploring the self, of really getting in touch with, why you're doing what you're doing. Why do you live where you live? Why are you doing the job you do? Why are you with this person? Like looking at the long term and getting perspective on where we are now by looking at the bigger picture. In the recent past, Gemini, coming into the month of May, we've been experiencing the star. And to me, this is sort of a disconnected sense of what we want, right? We're kind of living in this idyllic land of the star where things felt like they were just going to go smoothly. And now I don't mean to be all doom and gloom, but I think here with the star in this situation, it's making me feel very strongly like we've been in a place of idealism, right? Where maybe we haven't been dealing with practical matters. We haven't been doing the bookkeeping, right? We've been waxing poetic about the dreams that we have and all the things we want to accomplish and telling all our friends about the cool things that we're gonna do, right? And that's what this is here. Living a little bit in a la-la land, Gemini. Living a little bit in a place where we're like fostering and nurturing our dreams. Now I'm saying that in a way that almost sounds negative, but it's not negative because before the star, after the star comes the sun, right? So it's in this dream space, it's in this starry night sky where we come up with our dreams, where we create our visions. And then in the light of the sun, we take our steps forward towards those dreams, right? So if maybe karma's biting you in the ass a little bit because you kind of been sleeping on certain things you should be taking care of. If think you're having a little bit of regrets about how you spent the last few months, or because like you wanted because right now you want more out of life and it's kind of hard because maybe you haven't been building up savings or you haven't been laying the tracks for your career in certain ways. It's all in perspective here with the star. We were crafting our dreams, we were creating a vision, right? We were the magician. You have to have an idea first, a dream first, visualize it first, and bring it into being. Now here next we have temperance. So this is sort of what I'm saying about how we've been in a sort of healing period. You know those times in your life when it feels like you're doing a lot, but actually on the surface nothing is going on, and it's because in your inner world you've been doing so much work? This is what temperance is here to tell us. We've been centering ourselves. We've been grounding ourselves. We've been finding healing. We've been finding our journey, finding our path. And now it's almost as if this angel is in the Garden of Eden. And once this balancing act is done that she's doing, it's time to take the first steps out into nature. And I think coming up in this place here, Gemini, this is what we're looking at. We're taking our first steps into nature right now. We're exploring uncharted territory in our own lives, in our own ways of being, right? May is a big transformational month. Lots of growth, lots of potential. That's why I think in the beginning we talked about needing to remind yourself that you're safe. Wherever you are is home. Whatever you have with you is all you need, right? Again, the magician. All your resources are in your own hands, right? At your disposal whenever you need them. And there's a lot of positive energy here too, Gemini. So with these cards here, there's a lot of sense of all these major cards. Now we have the Hierophant coming into May with the Hierophant. We're moving on to a new level. This is Gemini 2.0. We're evolving. We're stepping our game up. We're using all of our experience, all of our knowledge, all of our wisdom to push to the next level. We know what we have to do. We've been working at it. We've been trying different things. We've been experimenting. We've been thinking. We've been dreaming. We've been healing. And now the Hierophant says he's sort of welcoming us into the next phase of our life. Welcoming us into our new way of being. Our new way of living. A lot of this, Gemini, is internal work here, right? We have all these cards. We have the major arcanas. So what I said here before about doing the internal work, being in the dreamland, right? This is all stuff that's part of our bigger path. And so like I said from the beginning, it's an important month to have a lot of perspective. that things are temporary. There's a sense here very strongly of a cycle. Being almost pushed into a new life. Being pushed into a new reality for yourself. There's a big attitude change here, Gemini. A shift. A shift of caring for the self. A shift of putting your happiness, like real happiness, at the forefront. Not impressing friends, not doing the things that your significant other thinks you should do, not trying to impress your boss, but trying to impress yourself right now. The glory of the self this month, Gemini. Non-Geminis, probably the cross-watchers, are going to get all up in my comments and start bitching about how Geminis always think they're so great and Geminis break people's heart and blah, 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 blah. But, you know, we deal with a lot of insecurities. That's why we tend to seek validation from others. We like to have ourselves mirrored back to us by the people around us. What did I say? First of all, another major. So we have a reading so far, all majors here, Gemini. And death at our turning point. Big endings. Big changes. I'm personally in the middle of a move where I don't have a new apartment yet. And part of me is wondering whether I should be going back to New York or not, where I'm from, where my family is. I'm not sure if I'm ready to give it up, but look, things that needed to die are dying. So we'll see, like, I'll see for myself what the rest of the cards say about where we go in May, whether like it's just a phase of life dying or actually bigger changes that we need to make, right? More radical changes. But whatever it is, Gemini, it's liberating. Whatever's changing for you is liberating. An old self is dying. And we might mourn that old self. We might feel sad. Because it's so familiar, because our identities became so intertwined with the way our lives were going. But with the sun, it is the ego, but we have this child here, right? Brand new, vulnerable, fresh. Wide eyes open to the world. Right? Being sort of innocent in a way where you're not making conclusions about things and you're just kind of going with the flow. You're not telling yourself negative stories here. I knew this was gonna happen. So Gemini, now we have the tower. So remember what I was saying before in the beginning about how things are kind of falling apart so that we can restructure them? I was like, watch that tower come out. You know what? The tower better come out and validate me. What I say about we need validation? Gemini, going into May with the tower. Tough energy. Hard energy. Not exactly soft and easygoing energy. You see how I mean compared to where we started? Where this was soft, this was idyllic, and now we're crashing down to earth. We're crashing down to earth this month. So doom and gloom, no. Hard shit to deal with, yeah. Are you gonna have to find the part of you that has the power and strength to guide yourself through this new reality? Yeah. But remember, always with the tower, it's so crazy. I was literally thinking this today about my life and thinking about it as a tower moment. The things that are false are what's falling away. Nothing real is falling apart. You might be having a lot of revelations this month, Gemini. Reconsiderations of things that maybe you took for granted for a long time. But I think in this Gemini we find our power. In this Gemini we find our passion. There's nothing like a crisis to teach you who you are, to remind you of who you are, to remind you of your strength of character. To remind you of your strength of ambition, of will, to make things happen. You see? And as we go forward, Gemini, beautiful. This is like the card exactly that you want after either of these two, and we got both. So now we did. Now everything's done. And we rise again into a new world, into a new reality. Gemini, there might be some things that are calling to you right now very strongly that you might not be able to resist. Are you fighting yourself in certain ways about certain things that you know you have to do? And you're resisting. This month, Gemini, the universe is not going to allow us to resist. Impossible with these cards like this. Look at this. Look how surrounded by universal energy we are this month. All these cards that are meant to put us on our path. Gemini. Look. We're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. The good thing is that most of this stuff is already happening, right? And where we're going towards is where the refreshing newness comes. I knew it. I was like, watch there be one more major arcana. We have strength now. What did I tell you? Okay, Gemini. So our reading now, entirely comprised of major arcana. Is May a big month? With Pluto retrograde, with Saturn retrograde, I believe also Jupiter going retrograde. Those are those deep-seated things in our life that really undermine everything, right? Pluto is our power. Saturn is our karma. Big shifts. But at the end, we come out strong and secure. Now, Gemini, there might also be a strong presence of Leo energy in your life this month. So keep an eye out for that. If you have a Leo who could be helpful to you in your life, or someone who offers support in a certain way, helps you feel strong. But either way, Gemini, what did I say about this whole thing being a test, being a trial, being a journey to find our power? At the end of the month, Gemini, you're going to feel super capable. You're going to feel stable. May is going to be a month where we make so many moves. We make so many moves. Gemini 2.0. Because at the bottom of the deck, what's meant to end is ending. The Ten of Swords is behind all of this. Your struggles are ending. Things that you've held on to, things that you tried to keep alive, things that you tried to resist or deny. Too much here, Gemini, that won't let you deny things anymore. Too much here this month that puts an end to stupidity. Seriously, we can't be stupid this month. We don't have any choice. We can't be silly this month. It's going to be our season, yeah, but not until the end of the month do we start to feel okay. So maybe when we get to our season. Because that's always a party, right? All right, Gemini, let's pull one outcome card here. Again, please check out my new website. It's real cute. I spent a lot of time putting it together. I love the new booking system. In the past, when people buy readings, they would buy like 20 in a day, and then I have to fulfill them all, and things would fall behind. So I love having like an actual calendar where I can set a schedule and all that stuff. So check it out. Instagram and all that stuff. Twitter, follow me there. I'll put the links below. But Gemini, let's see what we have for our outcome. How are we going to end this month? What is the outcome for the month of May for Gemini? Better be good. I'm telling you, you can't. This all can't be for nothing. This all can't be for nothing. Here we go. Breakneck speed ahead, Gemini. The Eight of Wands as our outcome for May. So not only do we go with the flow, not only do we expect the changes, not only do we ride rise to the occasion, but we also start to fly. We don't only rise to the occasion, we embrace it. By the end of the month, we ain't scared. Who gonna check me, boo? Who gonna check us, Gemini? Nobody. Because when you've been through it and you've come back from the dead, who gonna check you? So this all is slow. This all has been a breaking down of things that needed to go. And then going to June, full speed ahead. Change, flying, like incredible success. Incredible socializing. Like I can feel it in me right now, this feeling that this card is giving me of just, you know? Anyway, Gemini, I love you so much. Have a great month. I think we got this. We're gonna be good. Use this time to really ask yourself big questions. All these majors are big questions, right? About what you want. We can't just roll with the punches as much anymore. We can't just wing it anymore. We have to actually know what we're doing. You have to know why we're doing it. And if you do that, Gemini, I promise you'll be successful. Asterisk. This is not a legally binding argument. Okay, love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.